girls ain't no dub, and the good girls ain't no fun, and the hood girls want a smart nigga. College girls all want a thug for routines that we speak what we don't need. Got a thing for a queen who don't want to leave. I ain't about to judge you, don't judge me. You ain't gotta really sing about your rap sheet, cause I heard you. Yeah, in the literal sense I mean that. Rough sex saying I love ya, but the kitchen is saying you mean that. I know, I just be calling a mean ass. Oh, the irony, got the bomb and D, but the problem is probably a deep bag. Still I'm feeling this something I need bad. Thinking if I get it, I need this. I don't need emotion to open your deep sea. I can see the ocean by going between legs. Bag, no, bed, blow, dope, go, forward, couch, now, slow, motion. Around, put it down, Lord knows she was going for the moon. Hold up.
I never made love, no, I never did.
Shalom, shalom, Yashral. Hope everyone is well. You know, it says that in the last days, 7 women will grab a hold of one man. And they'll plead with that man to marry them. They'll be willing to share one man. They'll say, you don't have to feed us or provide for us. We can do all that by ourselves. Just marry us so we can be covered by your last name. Did it say those women will be righteous, perfect women? It doesn't say, does it? I know a lot of us probably would like to think that those women will be the model lady, that they'll be what most of us men who call on the name of Abba Yahuwah and fear him, most of us believe that they will be a lot like, if not exactly like, what we've been looking for. But that's not what it says, is it? It just says that they are women who play instruments and give praise unto Yahuwah. If you've been around and listened to anything I've produced, you might remember me giving the analogy, my favorite analogy, and that's the analogy of the bus stop. You might remember the video I made titled, Come As You Are, where I play the first half of the Nirvana song, Come As You Are. My intentions for making this video is for anyone who might come across the same sort of experiences that I've came across. Even though that's my intention, that's where my heart is when I push record. I never have a thought that I can do what only Abba can do. But if you look at my reason for pushing record, you could put it in that same category. But I guess it's just the kind of consideration his children have, I guess. But don't get it twisted, I never, now that I'm well aware I'm only an employee and Abba Yahuwah is the boss and he calls all the shots, I never pretend to be anything other than the employee. I have been away for a little while. You might remember me letting y'all know that I was told by the Most High that I can play the game once again. And that old desire, that old flame would be burning once again, and it sure has. And most people might wonder why I tell the things I tell, why I reveal personal things with y'all. The reason I do is the same reason I push record today. It's for just in case. Someone who needs to hear this, maybe they'll hear it and use it. I've been dancing around with someone that most who hear this would not approve of, but I never said I was perfect, and if I didn't share things like this, my faith and my sincerity would rightfully so be in question. When it says that those 7 women will grab a hold of one man, it says that they're in the last days. When I started this journey and I started to make videos, I was like most people, I was doing it for selfish reasons. Looking back, I understand that that's exactly why I did it. But in one of my first videos, I brought up the topic of abortion, and I never intended to do that. And I thought about all the innocent lives that had been taken out and not to lunch. And I got choked up and I wept right there with the camera rolling. And around that time I was seeing things like the Arch of Baal, which they called the Arch of Triumph, or Palmyra, being erected. And the abortion laws changed to some states making it legal to perform full-term abortions. And around that time I read this verse about how he would send Elijah right before the day that Yahuwah would pour out his wrath on this place. When I read that back then, I thought the way a lot of people still do today, that the spirit of Elijah, that Elijah himself as a spirit would be running around this earth, just like those who perform the Passover Seder. They leave the unleavened bread for Elijah. They leave the door open, thinking that it's Elijah. If you look at all my videos, they all are related to Baal, and they could be categorized in the same actions, with the same actions that Elijah performed when he was here on earth. He was fighting against Baal just the way I have. And that spirit is what his ambition was to do, what Abba called him and inspired him to do. And you see that the laws have been turned around, and that is not done by the world because they wanted to overturn Roe v. Wade. They did that because they want to induce a social cataclysm to bring down the American spirit. But like I always say, all things are done by Abba for his purpose. So he did have recompense on all of the abortion nonsense. I didn't push record because I feel like I need to do Abba's job for him, although it might seem that way. My heart is the way it is because I'm cut from a different cloth. I was born to give all praise, all glory, all honor, and all esteem to Abba Yahuwah, the Most High. He's our wonderful Creator. I didn't push record because I think I'm anything other than an employee. I didn't push record all those times over the last few years because I knew I was walking in the footsteps of Elijah. But looking back, I realized that I was. If those females are females that we would never be interested in, just remember, you're an employee, and Abba Yahuwah can perform miracles to the likes that you've never witnessed. Stay clocked in, Mish. We work for the boss, and it's not the other way around.